Greetings, English 1001. If you found this video, I assume that you found your way into the course okay, and that you're exploring finding your way around. Welcome, by the way, to the spare bedroom at the Pulling household, which is also my audio-video production facility where I have my iMac. You notice the baby crib in the back and the dog kennel all behind me. This is the place where the doggies sleep and where the granddaughter sleeps when she comes to visit. I want to go over some introductory materials for the course, explain some of the routines, give you a chance to hear my voice rather than having to simply read everything. Sometimes oral explanation along with the written instructions will help everyone understand. There are some key handouts in the essential course information that you should have found by now, and you should read before you do anything else, I think. In essential course information, that's when you log into my courses, that's the first thing you see at the top of that page. The first handout there is the syllabus. I don't have a copy of that, but you certainly find the syllabus is the first thing. Very important. It explains what goes on in the course, the content, and it also has an explanation of how the grading and the point system is determined. Also in that section, there's some other handouts. One that's, I think, very important is the addendum to the syllabus. This is particularly valuable because it gives you an assignment by assignment, point by point breakdown of what you're going to turn in over the course of the semester. It gives you point values, it gives you due dates. Due dates are always going to be midnight of the date that an assignment is due. And I think with everything for a grade, the writing assignments, the forum posting grades, the reading quizzes, the deadline is always going to be 11:55 p.m. on Sunday night. All right, that's the end of every unit. Another handout there that gives, I like this one, it provides a concise overview, a breakdown of the course. It gives you the dates of the units, the beginning and ending dates, kind of like an outline. It's more of an outline. The other one has more details, assignment by assignment. All right, you'll be sure to want to look at those handouts, just kind of get a feel for where we're going in the weeks to come. Weeks to come as a reminder, summer school is going to go by in a hurry. I've made some comments on that in the introductory video to the course. Let's go ahead and talk right now about some of the routines that you're going to be in this class. Let's first of all talk about reading assignments, then we're going to talk about writing assignments and some of the things that are embedded in those two processes. Every week, for every unit, you're going to have a reading assignment. It's going to be from the Longman Reader. Occasionally, there will be a supplemental assignment along with it. The reading assignment will be the basis for the reading quizzes. Reading quizzes, you'll have a fresh reading quiz every week, 15 items, multiple choice or true/false. You're allowed to take the quizzes 3 times. Anytime during the unit week, 3 attempts. A strategy that some students have used in the past that I'll share with you. The first time, before they do the reading assignment, they open the quiz and print it out. And that counts as an attempt. Every time you open the quiz in my courses, it registers as one of your 3 attempts. But that's a smart strategy because then you can preview the questions before you do the writing assignment, the reading assignment, and then as you read, you can make notes on different page numbers on the quiz, and then go back and find the answers. And then you have 2 more attempts to log back onto the quiz and to get it done right. That's a strategy that works for some students. You try it if you'd like. Another point about the quizzes, you are allowed, A-R-E, you are allowed to collaborate with classmates. You can email one another, you can call one another on the phone, you can meet down at the coffee shop with your Longman readers and print out of the quizzes. The only thing that I would disapprove is if someone was doing all the reading and finding all the answers and giving it to someone else. I wouldn't do that. Golly, make people do their own work. But if it's to cooperate and to collaborate, that's a good thing, and I'm for that. So there's no real way to cheat on these unless, like I said, you just get somebody to give you the answers without you doing any effort or any work. Okay, so reading assignments and the quizzes that go with the reading assignments. The quiz taking day, you have 3 attempts. The last attempt allowed is 11:55 p.m. at midnight. In most cases, you don't want to wait that long to do the quiz. You really need to do the reading up front. That's probably the first thing you should do in every unit because the reading is going to be the foundation for your understanding the writing assignment. You're going to have a hard time doing the writing assignment unless you read the theory behind the particular method that you're going to be practicing with that assignment. Okay, the other routine involves writing assignments. It's a composition course. Why not? We're going to write. We're going to write a lot. Since it's summer school, it's going to seem like a whole lot more than it is. You have to imagine that if this were a regular semester, you'd be doing an essay every 2 weeks. But since it's summer school, you're going to be cranking one out every week. I do emphasize process, like the math teacher that tells you, I don't want to see the answer to your problem as much as I want to see how you got the answer. In other words, don't just show me your answer, show me your work. As an English teacher, that's the same thing that I'm going to expect. There's no such thing as turning in a first draft for a grade. If what you turn in for the final draft is the first thing that I've ever seen, you're going to see when you look at the evaluation criteria for the assignment, it's not going to pass muster. You have to show me the process. Every Thursday night, a rough draft is going to be due, and every Sunday night, a final draft is going to be due. And in between the production of the first draft and the final draft, there's going to be a process of peer review and response that goes on in the discussion forum called Look What I Wrote. You'll have a brand new Look What I Wrote forum for each of the 7 units. That's where you'll post your rough draft and where you also respond to your classmates' rough drafts that they post, giving one another constructive feedback and response. I'll participate in that process also. So it's not like I'm asking you to do something where you won't see an example of how to do it. In Unit 1, the peer review and response and the writing assignment are both free. There's no grade attached to the essay that you're going to write. It's simply a learning experience to get acquainted with the routines of the class. Now, your participation in the Look What I Wrote forum for Unit 1 will count. It's a 15-point grade. Supplementing that also will be your interaction in the Icebreaker forum, and that should be one of the first things that you do, because we want to build community in this online class. We don't want anyone to feel like they're sitting at home all by themselves, isolated from the rest of the class. We're all in this together. We work together. We love and care for one another, okay? And the Icebreaker forum is a good place to get that process started. Okay, so one other rough draft detail you need to be mindful of. In addition to posting a rough draft and Look What I Wrote, you're also going to be required to submit your rough draft to the Smart Thinking Tutoring Service. There's a handout in Unit 1 with instructions on how to do that. And you're going to find that to be one of the most valuable things that you do. It looks like, oh no, another chore that I have to tend to. But when you see the kind of response you're going to get from the Smart Thinking Tutors, you're going to be anxious to do that from week to week. And you might actually find it more valuable than the peer review and response you're going to get from your classmates. All right, so on Thursday night at midnight, you send a draft to Smart Thinking, and you also post a rough draft now, in Look What I Wrote. Let's see. So reading assignments, writing assignments, that's pretty much where we are. That's what we do. Unit 1 is learning the routines, get to know one another. The stakes go up in Unit 2 when the first writing assignment for a grade will count for 50 points. All the writing assignments after that will be worth 100 points, except for the final exam, I think, which is worth 150. That's all broken down for you, I think, in the assignment outline. All right, that's enough of me talking. Like my favorite writing teacher said, Theoris from the University of New Hampshire, if you, the writing teacher, are talking, shut up, because if you're talking, they're not writing. So it's time for me to shut up and you to start writing. And we'll be looking to get to know one another better in the Icebreaker forum.